Welcome to Biology My Passion. I am Soumya Harikrishna. Today we will discuss 50 multiple choice questions from the first chapter, Life Processes. Let us now look at the first question. Certain organisms break down food material outside the body and then absorb it. Find such organisms from the following. So we know that there are different types of heterotrophic nutrition. They are, first one is holozoic nutrition. Holozoic means the entire food is taken inside and then digested. Second is saprophytic. In this case, the food is digested outside the body and then absorb the nutrients only. Third is parasitic, where the organism lives on the body of the host and then derives nutrition from them. So we know that saprophytic nutrition is a very peculiar type of nutrition exclusively found in fungi. So out of this we just see which are the combinations of fungi. So option B is the correct answer. Yeast is a fungus, unicellular fungus. Mushroom is another fungus, and bread mold, Rhizopus, is a fungus. So option B is the correct answer. Now the second question is, digestive enzymes are important for breaking down complex food into simple forms. Which of the following events in the mouth cavity will be affected if there is no salivary amylase in the saliva? In class 10, you are studying only 4 enzymes, though there are many. First is salivary amylase, which is present in the saliva and converts starch into sugar. So one thing to remember here is, in the mouth, starch is getting converted into sugar. If you write glucose, it's wrong, because final conversion is happening only in the small intestine. Then there are 2 protein digesting enzymes in the body. One is in the stomach, which is called a pepsin. It is present in the inactive form pepsinogen, and hydrochloric acid will make it active. And another protein digesting enzyme present in the pancreatic juice is trypsin. So you are studying 2 protein digesting enzymes, pepsin in the stomach and trypsin in the pancreatic juice. The 4th enzyme you are studying is lipase. It is also present in the pancreatic juice, and it digests lipid or fat into fatty acid and glycerol. So after understanding this, now we can find out the answer. If salivary amylase is not there in saliva, then what happens? Starch may not be getting digested. So here proteins breaking down into amino acids is not correct. Starch breaking down into sugar will not happen. Then fats, no. Lipase. Absorption of vitamins also. Absorption is not a function of enzyme. So here option B is the correct answer. The third question is, the autotrophic mode of nutrition requires. What is autotrophic mode of nutrition? Where the organism can synthesize their own food using inorganic substances, right? So we know that for that the raw materials are carbon dioxide and water. Chlorophyll is a pigment which is necessary for this nutrition, because chlorophyll can absorb sunlight. Sunlight is the only source of energy. So all these are necessary for autotrophic mode of nutrition. So we will mark the answer D as the correct one. Question number 4. Hydrochloric acid is present in the gastric juice, which is highly corrosive. We know, being acidic and it's a strong acid, it is highly corrosive in nature. Which among the following protects the inner lining of stomach from the action of hydrochloric acid? So we have to learn 3 secretions in the stomach. One is hydrochloric acid, second is pepsin, third is mucus. So they are together called a gastric juice, that is secretions in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid is having 2 functions. One, it kills germs present in the food, and also activates pepsin, because pepsin is present in the form of an inactive enzyme called a pepsinogen, which is activated only in the presence of hydrochloric acid. And now pepsin we discussed, it is an enzyme digesting protein. And third is the mucus, which is actually a secretion for protecting the wall of the stomach from the action of hydrochloric acid. Correct answer is mucus. Coming to question 5. The breakdown of pyruvate. Pyruvate means nothing but pyruvic acid. It can be named like that. See, malic acid, malate, oxalic acid, oxalate, pyruvic acid, pyruvate. Okay. So both these names indicate the same chemical, pyruvate or pyruvic acid, to give carbon dioxide, water and energy. We know it is the aerobic respiration, where we get carbon dioxide and water as a final product with a large amount of energy. So where is it taking place? Aerobic respiration takes place in two parts of the cell. First part is taking place in the cytoplasm and the second part is taking place in the mitochondria. So this is the second part of respiration. So the answer is mitochondria. Question is to identify the correct statement or statements. Pyruvate can be converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide by yeast. We know yeast is undergoing anaerobic respiration or fermentation. The products are ethyl alcohol or ethanol and carbon dioxide. That's a correct statement. Then fermentation takes place in aerobic bacteria. No, aerobic bacteria uses oxygen to convert glucose into the energy. So fermentation is not happening there. Fermentation takes place in mitochondria. No, fermentation happens in the cytoplasm. Fermentation is a form of anaerobic respiration. Yes, it is an anaerobic respiration. So we can say option 1 is correct and option 4 also correct. So the correct answer is C. Number 7. As air passes through the nasal cavity, it is filtered in the nostrils, moistened by mucus, warmed to the body temperature, all of this. We know hair and mucus present inside the air passage, filter them and also moisten and increase the temperature, because outside temperature and our body temperature are different. So here the correct option is option D, all of these. Question number 8. What prevents backflow of blood inside the heart during contraction? Whenever you hear this word backflow, it is a keyword to be connected to valves. Okay. So valves are meant for preventing backflow. So here obviously the answer is A, valves in the heart. Thick muscular walls of ventricles is helping in preventing or withstanding the high pressure. Thin walls of atria, because atria receive only the blood, so pressure is less. So here the answer is valves. So next question is, choose the correct statement that describes arteries. We know the characteristics of arteries. So arteries have thick and elastic walls. Why they have elastic walls? Because they have blood passing through them under high pressure. Without valves, yes, arteries don't have valves, only veins have valves. Blood flows under high pressure. Yes, within the artery pressure is high. And they carry blood away from the heart to different parts of the body. Yes, so option D is the correct statements describing all the characteristics of the arteries. So here you should clearly know about arteries, veins and capillaries. Next question, the filtration units of kidneys are called. It is a knowledge level question, but though it is very simple, many students make a mistake, that is a careless mistake. Directly they go for neurons, because these words are more or less confusing, neurons and nephrons. Right? Though your mind, you know that it is nephron, by mistake you might click in a hurry neuron. So be careful. The neurons means the nerve cells which are part of nervous system, whereas nephrons are the filtration unit of kidney. The same way children are confused between ureter and urethra as well. Ureters connect from the kidney to the urinary bladder. These are the ureters. Suppose this is the urinary bladder. The passing out of urine is through urethra. Okay, so these words are really confusing. Be little careful about them. Now comes a match the following question. Here column A and B are given. First we have phloem. Phloem means it is related to the translocation of food within the plant body. The nephron, just now we saw, it is related to excretion, that is filtering unit of kidney. Veins carry deoxygenated blood. Platelets are blood cells helping in clotting of blood. So now let us see which option is correct. A, phloem is translocation. A2. A2 only one option is coming, so easy to find out. Then B1 we will just check. Yes, C4 and D3. So option A is correct here. Question number 12, nutrition in amoeba is. It's a simple MCQ knowledge based. We know amoeba nutrition is holozoic, because in the first question I told there are different types of heterotrophic nutrition. Taking in food inside and digesting is holozoic. Amoeba does the same. Parasitic nutrition means they are living on the body of the host and then deriving nutrition, harming it. Autotrophic, preparing their own food, but chlorophyll is required. Amoeba does not have chlorophyll. and saprophytic is dead and decomposed matter which is present mainly in fungi. Question number 13. The process by which blood is cleared of metabolic waste in case of kidney failure. Transplantation is a procedure required when both the kidneys fail and the patient has to depend on a donor or receive a kidney from the donor. An artificial kidney is the apparatus or the device used for clearing of the metabolic waste. So here the process is asked. So the correct answer is dialysis. Here angioplasty is given, but it is related to heart diseases. So here correct answer or the process is dialysis or rather hemodialysis. Question number 14. The structures involved in gaseous exchange in plant. Here structures means more than one answer could be there. Stomata. Stomata are the small pores on the leaves which are helping in gaseous exchange and transpiration. So we know obviously stomata is the answer. But let us see any more answer is here. Xylem, no, it is for conduction. Cuticle is also for preventing transpiration. Whereas lenticels, it may be a new term for you. Lenticels are actually loosely packed parenchyma cells present on the trunk of trees, enable them to exchange gases. Okay, so here 1 and 3 both are correct. So the option is D. Question number 15. Find the incorrect statement. So please children, don't overlook the question. Here they are asking incorrect statement about the autotrophs. They store carbohydrate in the form of starch. Yes, it's absolutely correct. They are the producers of the ecosystem. Yes, they are the producers. They produce their own food in the absence of sunlight. See, absence of sunlight. No, they need sunlight. Presence of sunlight is the correct statement. They have chlorophyll for absorbing sunlight. Yes. So here is the answer or the incorrect statement, option C. Which statement about xylem tissue is incorrect? We know xylem is a vascular bundle or a conducting tissue. Here also incorrect. So xylem conducts water and minerals in plants. Yes, of course, they are involved in the conduction of water and minerals. Conduction in xylem is always upward direction. Yes, from root to the leaves. Xylem has mostly living cells. No, they have mostly dead cells, whereas phloem has mostly living cells. In xylem, tracheids, vessels and xylem fibers are dead. Only xylem parenchyma are living. Tracheids and vessels are the conducting tissues. Yes. So the option C is the incorrect statement here. That's the correct answer. This is an understanding level of question for you. Trachea do not collapse in the absence of air in it because it has muscular walls. Epiglottis prevents collapsing. Epiglottis is the flap, cartilaginous flap which is closing the glottis at the time of swallowing the food to prevent the entry of food into the trachea. Rings of cartilage keeps them open. Residual volume of air prevents the collapsing of trachea. Residual volume is present in the lungs. So the answer here is C. Rings of cartilage present in the trachea keeps them open. Identify the blood vessels carrying deoxygenated blood. Aorta carries oxygenated blood because it is carrying oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to different parts of the body. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to the lungs for oxygenation. Renal vein is carrying deoxygenated blood from the kidney. Then vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body to the right auricle. So here option 2, 3 and 4 they carry deoxygenated blood. So pulmonary artery, renal vein and vena cava they carry deoxygenated blood. So option D is the correct answer. Single circulation is present in. So we are studying two types of circulation, single and a double. Single circulation means blood passes through the heart only once during a cardiac cycle. If the blood passes through the heart twice during the cardiac cycle, it is called double circulation. Single circulation is present in fish. So here out of this, rohu is the fish. So correct answer is option C, rohu. Substances reabsorbed from the filtrate in the kidney tubules. This is a very important question because once it is filtered in the glomerulus, almost all contents are coming down to the filtrate. So we need to bring back or reabsorb most of them. So we have to take back amino acids, glucose which are nutrients. Some amount of salt is reabsorbed and major amount of water is also reabsorbed. So here actually all the 4 substances given here are reabsorbed from the filtrate in the kidney tubules. So we can write the option C, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Pancreatic enzymes can work only in alkaline pH. The food coming from the stomach is acidic. It's made alkaline by the action of bile. because we know pepsin is an enzyme which is converting protein. Mucus prevents or protects the wall of the stomach from the corroding action of hydrochloric acid. Amylase is an enzyme present in the pancreas as well as in the mouth. So bile is the correct answer. Bile has two functions. One is providing alkaline medium for the action of the pancreatic enzymes, and also it helps in the emulsification of fat. Emulsification means breaking down of fat into smaller globules, and also you have to understand bile is not an enzyme. It is only a secretion. Vital functions of kidney are here also functions. We have no doubt that kidney is involved in the process of excretion. But apart from excretion, kidney has a function of osmoregulation as well. Osmoregulation means maintaining the pH and ionic balance of the body. So here both 1 and 2 are correct. So option 4 is the correct answer. So always remember, kidney has got two functions. One is osmoregulation, another one is excretion. The heart chamber with the thickest walls. We know there are 4 chambers, 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. Auricles have thin walls because they are receiving the blood, not pumping. So these two cannot be the answer. Whereas ventricles pump the blood to different parts of the body, they have thick walls. But we know right ventricle is pumping only to the lungs, which is very close to heart, whereas from the left ventricle the blood has to go to every part of the body. So it is under high pressure. In order to withstand the high pressure, left ventricle has the thickest wall layer. Stored form of food in plants and animals. They are plant store in the form of starch and animal store in the form of glycogen. So option D is the correct answer. Find the incorrect pair. Amylase, starch. Yes, amylase is an enzyme digesting starch. Pepsin is an enzyme digesting protein. Lipase is an enzyme digesting lipid. So the incorrect option is trypsin, which is digesting carbohydrate, because trypsin is involved in the digestion of protein. It is secreted from the pancreas. Guard cells differ from epidermal cells in having. These are parts of stomatal apparatus. Guard cells and epidermal cells, they differ in the presence of chloroplast. You can see chloroplast in the guard cells, but that may not be visible in the epidermal cells. So option D is the correct answer. Life process that converts chemical energy to heat energy. We know light energy to chemical energy is photosynthesis. Now from chemical to heat or thermal energy is respiration, in order to release energy, right? So respiration is the correct answer. Pick out the incorrect statement. You have to be little careful. It's incorrect they are asking for. Organisms grow with time. Yes, it is true statement. Organisms must repair and maintain their structure. Yes, of course. Movement of molecules does not take place among the cells. That's wrong, because it does take place. And energy is essential for life processes. That's also correct. So the wrong statement here is option C. Loss of water from leaves will be less if stomata are only on lower surface, only on upper surface, on both the surfaces, or scattered. So you know that on the surface of leaf, stomata are present, but upper surface is exposed to sunlight. So rate of transpiration is high. So here we have to reduce it. So in order to reduce, most of the dicot plants have an adaptation that only stomata are present on the lower surface, so that direct exposure to sunlight can be avoided and transpiration rate is also minimized. So here option A is the correct answer. The process in which loss of water takes place in the form of water vapor through stomata is called a transpiration. It's a direct question. It's the definition of transpiration. The water loss is in the form of water vapor. If water loss is in the form of water droplets, it is called guttation, that you will study in higher class. The transport of water to upper parts of the plants during night is due to. We know in plants two physical forces are responsible. One is root pressure, other one is transpiration pull. But at night there is no transpiration, so the only force acting for the upward conduction of water during night is root pressure. Whereas if daytime is asked, the major role is played by transpiration pull. Transpiration helps in temperature regulation, maintaining upward movement of water, wilting of leaves, both A and B. It helps in temperature regulation as well as upward movement, but it causes wilting of leaves, that's not a good thing for the plant. It is an evil process. So we can say the answer is both A and B. It helps in these two processes which are essential for plants. Given below are the steps to be followed for performing starch test on a green leaf. Boil the leaf in alcohol, boil the leaf in water, dip the leaf in iodine solution, wash the leaf in water. So first we know we have to go for boil the leaf in water. So option 2 is the first one, but here two options are there with the 2 coming in the beginning. Now let us see the second one. After boiling the leaf in water. See, what is the purpose of boiling leaf in water? To stop all the activities or to kill the leaf, right? Then after that we have to boil the leaf in alcohol. That also you should not directly boil it. You have to use a water bath and indirectly boil in alcohol because alcohol is highly inflammable. But what is the reason for this step? This is to dissolve chlorophyll or make the leaf colorless. Because in water chlorophyll does not dissolve, but while heating with alcohol the chlorophyll will dissolve. As a result leaf becomes colorless. So 1 is the second option. So now we got the answer, but still we will go through the rest of the points whether correct. Next is after we take it from alcohol, it is highly dehydrating agent. So the leaf is very dry. In order to rehydrate the leaf, we have to wash the leaf in water or rinse it in water. And finally, we need to dip the leaf in iodine solution because iodine is used for the test for the presence of starch. So the last option is 3. So here is the correct serial order of the events to be followed while performing starch test. So here not only the steps are important, what is the significance of each step is important, and why shouldn't we directly boil the alcohol in fire also important because it is highly inflammable. Now what is the result? We get blue-black coloration if starch is present. Part of leaf commonly used for preparing the sliders stomata is, we are taking the leaf epidermis because stomata are scattered on the leaf epidermis. That also lower epidermis is preferred because more number of stomata are present on the lower epidermis in case of dicot plants. Roots of the plants absorb water from the soil through the process of diffusion, transpiration, osmosis, none of this. Roots absorb water by osmosis. We know water molecule, if movement of water molecule from higher to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, we call it as osmosis. Choose the event that does not occur in photosynthesis. In the textbook clearly given 3 important steps of photosynthesis. The first one, absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Then second is conversion of light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water. Third, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate. So the process that does not occur in photosynthesis is the oxidation of carbon to carbon dioxide. In order to destarch the leaves for an experiment to show that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. So here this destarch the leaves is the first step of any photosynthetic experiment. We are studying 3 experiments. One, to prove that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Second, carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Third, chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. All these 3 experiments, this step is common. That is destarching the leaf in the beginning and starch test at the end are common for all these experiments related to photosynthesis. So we know how to destarch the leaf. We have to keep the plant with the leaves in dark room for 24 hours. It need not be 24 hours. Some cases it may be given 48 hours to 72 hours also. So you have to see the option and which one is correct you have to choose. So to destarch the leaf, you have to keep the plant in a dark room. The type of nutrition followed in organisms like Cuscuta, ticks, lice, leeches and tapeworm. We know these are all examples of parasites. Parasites means what? The organisms deriving nutrition from the body of other organisms. So the answer is parasitic mode of nutrition. Here Cuscuta and Amarbel are parasitic plants, whereas ticks, lice, leeches, tapeworm are parasitic animals. Materials like sucrose are transported into the phloem by using energy from Whenever energy is asked, we have to write the energy currency of the cell, that is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So sucrose is translocated by phloem, that is by using ATP. The breakdown of pyruvate. Pyruvate is otherwise called a pyruvic acid. To give carbon dioxide, water and energy takes place in. So breakdown of pyruvate to carbon dioxide, water and energy is a part of aerobic respiration. Breakdown of pyruvic acid to give carbon dioxide, water and energy is the second phase of aerobic respiration, and it takes place in the mitochondria. Whereas the first phase, that is glucose to pyruvic acid, takes place in the cytoplasm. That stage is called a glycolysis. Lack of oxygen in muscles often leads to cramps among cricketers. This results due to conversion of pyruvic acid to ethanol, that is happening in the case of fermentation. Conversion of pyruvate to glucose, it is not a respiratory process. Non-conversion of glucose to pyruvate, that is also not the reason. Whereas conversion of pyruvic acid to lactic acid, because when we are doing vigorous exercise, or sports persons when engaged in certain games, they are continuously using their muscles and the muscle cells lack enough oxygen. In such cases, muscle cells undergo anaerobic respiration and produces lactic acid. Accumulation of this will lead to cramps. Select the statement that is true about respiration. During inhalation, ribs move inward and diaphragm is raised. That's wrong. Ribs are moved forward and upward, whereas diaphragm is flattened. In the alveoli, exchange of gases takes place. Oxygen from alveolar air diffuses into blood. Carbon dioxide from blood enters into the alveolar air. That is true, because exchange of gases initially takes place in the alveoli. Correct. Alveoli increase surface area for exchange of gases. That's also true. So 2, 3 and 4 are correct statements, whereas the first one is the wrong statement. During the respiration of germinating seeds, potassium hydroxide is used to absorb carbon dioxide produced by the seeds, absorb oxygen present in the flask, absorb water vapor released by the seeds, and liberate oxygen to be used by the seeds. KOH is always used to absorb carbon dioxide. So option A is correct in this answer. Normal blood pressure, systolic and diastolic. Systolic means what? When the heart is in a contracted position. Diastolic means when the heart is in a relaxed state. So we know for contracted state, the heart pressure or blood pressure should be high. So the normal rate is 120 per 80 millimeters of mercury. This is the normal rate, systole being 120 and diastole 80. Find out correct statement about heart. Left atrium receives oxygenated blood from different parts of the body, while right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the lungs. But we know that left side of the heart always receives oxygenated blood or pumps oxygenated blood, whereas the right side always receives and pumps the deoxygenated blood. But here deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body, not from lungs, so it is wrong. Then left ventricle pumps oxygenated blood to different body parts, while right ventricle pumps deoxygenated blood to the lungs. So this is a correct option. Left atrium transfers oxygenated blood to right ventricle. No, left atrium transfers oxygenated blood to left ventricle. So that is also a wrong statement. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body. Yes, right atrium is the receiving part, while left ventricle pumps oxygenated blood to different parts of the body. So that is also correct. So we have two statements correct here, second and fourth. So the option C is the correct answer here. One cell thick blood vessels are called capillaries, because the one cell thick wall helps in exchange of substances by diffusion. Tissue fluid is also called as lymph. Another name of lymph is tissue fluid, because we know that from the capillaries the contents are getting filtered into the space within the tissue, so it is called a tissue fluid. Cell organelle that stores some waste material is the cell organelle responsible for storage is vacuole. Chloroplast is involved in photosynthesis. Mitochondria involved in cellular respiration. Nucleus is the brain of the cell controlling all activities. So here the answer is vacuole. After a wound or cut in the body, blood coagulates through platelets, because Blood contains all these components. Plasma is the matrix of the blood where three types of cells are suspended. WBC or the white blood cells or leukocytes helping in immune response. RBC or red blood cells or erythrocytes help in the transport of oxygen, whereas platelets or thrombocytes are responsible for clotting of blood. Identify the waste product in plants. Gums, resins, carbohydrate, both A and B. We know gums and resins are waste products. Carbohydrate is the product of photosynthesis, so the option both A and B are correct. Hope you understood the concepts behind these questions and you got the practice of certain questions. I will try to come with case-based questions and assertion reasoning type questions in the future videos. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel Biology My Passion.